Scott Foil 2020 versus Scott Addict RC 2020. Just for you to know, if you haven't seen the previous episode, RC is the all-new aero-optimized model, and this is the Addict non-RC. This is the endurance bike, endurance racing bike with a more upright position. This is the Addict. This is Addict RC. So those who were watching my previous episode, you know that Scott Addict RC has become a climbing bike optimized, aero-optimized. So this is the aero-optimized climbing bike, and Foil is the aero bike. I'm not sure whether it's climbing optimized, but the thing is, which one to choose? Foil or Addict RC? And I was trying to find some arguments, some features which will distinguish those two bikes from each other. It's not that easy. Why is it so? First, maybe aerodynamics. Maybe Foil will be just more aerodynamic and Addict will be less aerodynamic. Well, they have really similar features in terms of the aerodynamics, like the shaping of the down tube, which has like flat part here. The shaping of a down tube on Addict RC is pretty similar. It's more massive. Maybe it's not as aero, but it's definitely aero optimized. Then a small rear triangle, aero optimized, and even when you look at the fork, the Addict RC seems to be more aero than the Foil. This is Magnus. Interesting. So that's how the cutting air fork on the Addict RC looks like. This is the Foil with the rim brakes, and this is the Foil with the disc brakes. Of course, this one is more aero, more robust, but it's not as huge as the one on the Addict RC. And finally, we've got the cables, which are all inside the new Addict RC frame and outside here on the Foil. So the cables go from the handlebars to the port on the down tube on the Foil, and they are routed all inside the bike: handlebars, stem, head tube, and the frame on the RC Addict. So this is more aero. Then I thought, okay, I know the tire clearance will be bigger on the Scott Addict RC than on the Foil. We've got 28C on this bike out of the box. This is the Scott Addict RC. And when we look at the Foil on the disc brakes, same story, 28C. I would say that the tire clearance is exactly the same on the Foil and on the Scott Addict RC. And then the seat post, it's not like less comfy and more aerodynamic than on the Addict, because, you know, for example, on my Merida Reactor, it's quite huge with the elastomer insert so that it will flex a little bit. This one is already between the aero and the comfort world. This one as well. So difficult. This is a difficult choice, and I think that in this case it is us, the customers, that will actually choose whether Scott will actually continue doing Foil or not. And if I think of the Pro Peloton as well, with the Addict RC, they will no longer have problem sometimes forcing the pro riders to use the aero bike. How many times have you seen the Cannondale System 6 on the pro tour races, like Tour de France? The pro riders will usually choose the lighter bike than the aero bike. Of course, the sprinters may use aero bikes, but with this bike, you've got the two worlds merit. So difficult one. Same tire clearance, more aerodynamic in terms of the cables is even the Addict RC. The features, the aero features on the frame, very close to each other, really close. I would even say that the chainstays on the Addict, massive and thin, are even more massive as on the Scott foil. One thing that distinguishes those two frames is also the new seat post clamp. This one is just above the seat tube, and this one is inside. And I wonder why was it changed here? But it was like that. So guys, I have a bit of a feeling that I haven't really helped you, but we should also ask those who are using foil how comfy it is, how aero it is, how stiff it is. Let us know. And then when people start buying RC Addict, we'll ask them too. And I'm gonna definitely test this bike. But this is an interesting thing. Will Scott discontinue their foil model? I think it's all in the hands of the customers. Thanks for watching, guys, and see you in the next one.